Alright, this is a video that I do not want to make. However, I think it is necessary because of what's been going on. Um, so, if you've been living under a rock, which you probably haven't, so you know what's going on. Back February 14th, Valentine's Day, 17 people killed in school shooting in Parkland in Florida. Absolutely horrible. This type of thing should never happen. And for those of you who, for those who've been following, there's been a lot of controversy regarding this, which I think is completely unjustified because if you're a human being, I think we can all agree that you never want to see this happen. Because it is just... One, people should never be killed. It should just never happen. But of all people, kids, I don't even know what to say about it because it's ridiculous. Now, I'm not going to get into the politics of it. Obviously, I am on one side of the spectrum, the side that thinks that there should be absolutely no automatic assault weapons available in this country, period. Because the Second Amendment doesn't protect that. It protects, the right to bear arms for sport and self-defense. You don't need an automatic rifle for either of those. So that's my stance on it. Now, obviously, all around the country, there are students who are protesting, protesting the lack of inaction, the lack of action by the government to do, the government's doing literally nothing about this. And they can say all they want. And of course, organizations like the NRA can say things like, we don't want this to ever happen again. But just saying that isn't enough. Because just by saying that, you're going to accomplish nothing. Truthfully, I don't think any of them at the NRA really care. Because if this type of thing starts to unravel, dealing with gun laws, that'll cause the NRA to lose a lot of its power, and obviously it doesn't want that. So it's going to try to stay as out of it as possible, try to keep the focus away from this as far as possible. They can say whatever they want, but their intentions are pretty clear, and nothing that they can say will prevent me from thinking that, because it is the truth, unfortunately. Now, in response to these students who are walking out of school in protest, you have my utmost respect, because it's really the kids and the millennials who are going to get through to anyone, because you're the ones who are being affected by this. Just being a regular adult, having an opinion on something like this and protesting it, while that's a good thing, there are the adults don't have as much. They can't get through to people who make decisions as much as kids do, because if the kids of the country, which are the next generation, if those people are having problems and want change, they are going to be the most passionate about it. They're going to be the most willing to do something, to actually do something about it, because they're trying to make the world that they're going to live in a safer place. And with the stubbornness and the greed of some people that are in charge of making decisions right now, with their mindsets not likely to change ever, it's this generation that needs to prepare for what they're going to be inheriting in the future. So to these kids who are walking out in protest, once again, you are fantastic. I think that it takes a lot to speak out. I know that kids can sometimes feel powerless and almost neglected when it comes to social change, but it's actually you guys that have the most influence. So you guys are amazing. Now there is going to be a local one of these, my old high school. Some of the students there are organizing a walkout on March 14th. March 14th is going to be a common day for these all around the country because it will mark 1 month since the February 14th shooting. And to those students, I just want you guys to know that I will be there with you. I will stand beside you. Even though I'm no longer a student there, and I'm actually not a student right now, I will be in a few months going back to school, but right now I am not a student. Even though I am not, I will be standing beside you because you are doing the right thing. It's the only way for people to really listen to you, is to do something about it. Saying something is not enough. I mean, it's better than nothing, but actually getting out there and expressing your feelings to the community will not only increase community awareness, not only potentially get more people involved and inspire people, but you become the face of the country, because it's the young people that will be changing this country. And it's the young people who are coming up with all the new ideas. So the young people being the face of this, I think will push it ahead a lot further than it would if it was the middle, like, if it was people in their 30s and 40s leading this. Since it's the kids, there are so many of us. It's better that it's us doing it and us leading it. Now, I know there are some school districts out there that are threatening to suspend or do whatever to students who walk out and protest in this way. And to those school districts, I want to give a big FU, because you're clearly not taking these students seriously. You don't seem to understand how passionate students are about this, and you clearly want to impose. You want to silence these students, which is completely unfair. If I was in a situation where I was at a school that would threaten to suspend or do whatever to students who protest this, that would just make me want to do even more. I mean, me being the rebellious person I am already, but if the world sees that some schools are trying to push this under the table or stop students from doing this, that just makes them look really bad. And of course, school districts, it's all about PR, trying to get it's when you get these organizations that are doing this, it's all a big PR battle, and they don't want themselves looking horrible. So we'll see where that goes. But March 14th, I will be there, standing outside on the steps. I assume it's gonna be on the steps of Brighton High School, 1150 Winton Road South, at 10 a.m., 11 a.m. I don't know what it's gonna be. But the response from the Brighton School District has been really great. They want to make this a safe experience. They are they are letting students express themselves, which is a fantastic thing. So big shout out to the administration at the Brighton Central School District, Dr. Kevin McGowan, the superintendent. I've always been very fond of Dr. McGowan, so a big shout out to him and the rest of the administration for embracing the students' feelings and letting them express themselves. Obviously, safety is a major concern, so I've heard they've been coordinating with the Brighton Police Department just to make sure it's a safe experience. But the fact that they're trying to push this to be an educational experience is a great thing. So big shout out to the Brighton Central School District for handling this very well, being so accepting of students' views. Something that the Brighton has always been good about. Especially when I was there, they're always open to new ideas and student expression. So that's great. So, but to those people who are saying that this is, students should stay in school, this is just an excuse to get out of school. You can go screw yourself, because no, every single person I've talked to, every single student I've ever talked to, has been passionate about this. It's not, if someone just wanted to not go to school, they would just not go to school, okay? The fact that people are specifically walking out of school during the middle of the day to protest something clearly shows that they are passionate about an idea. Not that they're just lazy and want to get out of school. If they wanted to get out of school, they would just do it any other day. But the fact that people are coordinating this, they are putting it together, they are sharing it, they are trying to get people involved. It is not just someone trying to get out of school, okay? So get that stupid idea out of your head, because it's complete bullcrap. It's complete bullcrap. But once again, these students are doing a fantastic thing. I am totally on their side. I will be standing next to you, my friends at Brighton. I will be standing with you at that event with camera in hand. I look forward to it because something needs to be done about this. Something has to be done. Just saying things is not going to get anywhere, which I think everybody knows. Now, these organizations like the NRA, they'll say things and think, that's good enough. People will believe us. But anyone who has anyone who has the slightest amount of humility and just basic knowledge for being kind and good to people know that this is all a PR battle for them. They just want to make themselves look good. They don't want to. Obviously, they want to distance themselves from the people who are causing these tragedies to happen. They want to distance themselves with them when really they're just basically helping them. It's the world we live in. It's great in many ways. There's some great things there are great things going on that we can take advantage of, but the fact that things like this happen and we can't fix them because of political corruption via donations of money to elected officials, who in turn refuse to do anything to push any kind of change. It's kind of sad. It's sad. And the fact that we don't see this in other countries. You don't see this in Canada. You don't see this in Europe. This type of thing makes me embarrassed. I feel embarrassed. When I have friends who live in Canada, and they ask me, what the hell is going on down there? And by down there, they mean the U.S. I'm like, dude, I have absolutely no idea. This sucks. I hate it. If I had a choice, I'd be the hell out of here, okay? If I had the choice, I would. It's ridiculous. But by getting out there and showing the world what you believe in, and by grouping together as a community, this is what at least will start conversations. This is what's necessary to get the boat. This is what's necessary to get things rolling. Otherwise, things are just going to stay the way they are. More people are going to get killed by guns. More people are going to have access to guns that shouldn't have access to them. And more people are going to be silenced. So this is what's necessary to at least start the change. Man, I've never done a video like this before, and I hope I never have to again. All right, I'm done. I'm gonna stop. But once again, I will be standing beside you, friends in Brighton. And if I could go to the march in Washington on March 24th, the March for Our Lives, I would go. But I have previous engagements that I can't miss here. So I have some gigs I'm doing. So if I could go, I would. But to everyone who's going down there, you have my utmost gratitude, and I just want you guys to know that from my perspective, you guys are doing the right thing. So good work, and yeah. All right. I'll see you guys later. Bye.